Hi all, I'm your candidate in municipal elections in City of Vantaa this summer. I'm a candidate of Communist Party of Finland, and I'm gonna tell you why it's so important to use your right to vote in municipal elections. First of all, you have to check do you have a right to vote in elections. If you are not a Finnish citizen, so have you lived at least 2 years in Finland? If yes, so you have a right to vote in municipal elections in Finland. And in those elections we will have in summer, we elect the members to the City Council of Vantaa. And City Council is responsible for the progress of our city and also how we organize our services and how good our services will be in Vantaa. And the city's services are social and healthcare, education, libraries, culture, city planning, and collective traffic, for example. And with all these things, the City Council will have a large impact on what is going on in Vantaa. And everyone who lives in city will use some of the services at some point. That's why it's important to use your right to vote, because if you have the right to vote, then you have to use it. It's good to use it. And many people say that voting is the way to create change. Well, that's true. That's partly true. Voting is not the best way and it's not the only way, but in the palette of activism, it's the one of the ways, and it's important to use all the ways of peaceful activism, and voting is the one way of it. Well, my aim and the aim of communists is not just sit there in City Council 4 years. We want to share power. We want to share power to all the peoples who live in Vantaa. And you know, the governance and the situation now is that people elect members of City Council one time for 4 years, and 4 years is a long time. That's why we have to share power, because the people's impact on politics is too little at the moment. For example, we communists propose that we have to found local city councils in Vantaa. For example, so that other city parts, for example Korso, where I live now, will have own government or own city council, where people will have a low threshold way to be a part of progress of our city and our regions. That's the one way to share power. And when it comes to the services, other services of Vantaa, so we are very worried about the progress, because at the moment it's not always very easy to get healthcare in Vantaa. And trust that every child and every young people will have a good education. It's not so easy now because all the resources, the personal resources and the money have been cut from the Vantaa services. And we have to put more money back to our services, organize our services via city's own services. We cannot privatize our services anymore. It's not the good way to provide any reasonable standards of services. That's why we need common public services and public sector, and we have to investment the employment. That's why we have to hire more people to our common services. City must hire more people. And with more personal resources and more money to put on the services, their standards will be better. That's the true. That's not rocket science. That's very simple way. But it's enough. It's enough. The interesting question is where we can get that money, because for real, the situation of Vantaa is very dark when it comes to financial, and it's very common in other communals and cities also. But we have to blame also the people who govern Vantaa now, and also the state of Finland. The state has cut the amounts of money that cities and communals will have every year via state, and the cuts has been billions of euros. We have to increase the money the state will pay to the communes and cities. And also, when now the Finnish government is planning to buy some new war machines, we have to cancel those purchases. We don't need any war machines to destroy our economy, to destroy our welfare, which has been destroyed a few decades. Also, the destroyment has been begun, but now it's the situation we cannot not go any further with destroyment of our welfare, because we can't take it anymore. So we have to cancel the purchase of war machines. We have to increase the amount of money state will pay to the communes and cities, and we have to implement taxation reform in Finland, where we can tax the capital incomes better, progressive, and get the money from the capital income via taxation to the communes and cities, also Vantaa. That's how we get the money. All we have to do in Vantaa. In Vantaa we have to make sure we have reasonable services organized publicly. We have to hire more people to the city. We have to get rid of homelessness. With that, city provides the home for everyone. We have to build more publicly so we can keep the quality in our own hands, and we can stop the growth of the price of living. We need better collective traffic also, so that in the city planning the collective traffic and the walking traffic and bicycle traffic will be the ones who will be the first interest of city planning, not anymore the private cars. With these changes, we are going to head Vantaa to the progress that is democratic, that is progressive, and that is good for our people in Vantaa. So use your right to vote in summer in communal elections in Vantaa. Thank you.